Hey guys, I am so excited about this video. I've been meaning to do this forever, so I decided today was the day. I am going to show you the easiest and, in my opinion, the healthiest sweetener that we can use. It's whole foods, it's plant-based, and it is packed with all kinds of vitamins and minerals. Magnesium, copper, potassium, fiber, the list goes on. So let's get to it. I'm going to show you how to make date paste with, get this, only 2 ingredients. Okay guys, so to get started, you are going to want to get some plump, juicy dates. Here I'm using medjool dates. They have not been pitted, so Elena and I are going to go ahead and take the pits out and then dump them into a separate bowl. Really, you just want to make sure they're as juicy as possible. Now, the hot water that we're going to be using in just a second will help to do that, but the fresher and more plump your dates are, the better your date paste will be. So take the time. If they don't already come pitted, make sure you take all of those pits out and again put them in a separate bowl. After that, we're going to be pouring some boiling water on top and we're going to let them soak for just a little bit. So now that we've got our dates pitted, and honestly I didn't measure, I don't think it's necessary. I probably used like 2 or 3 big handfuls, but they're pitted now, and now I'm just going to top it with boiling water and let it hang out. Again, depending on how dry your dates were or how juicy they were to start, it could be as short as 10 minutes or as long as 30 minutes, but go ahead and let them hang out in there. You can see the skins are kind of wrinkled on the outside. And I'm going to pour off the majority of the liquid. I'm going to reserve in the same bowl with the dates probably anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 cup for at least this amount of dates. Now I keep the reserved liquid on the side because if it starts to get too thick and you can't pulse it, whether you're using a food processor or a blender, here I'm using my immersion blender, which I think is super handy and quick, but any blender or food processor will do. Keep that liquid reserved on the side in case you do need to go ahead and add a couple tablespoons at a time. So obviously it's probably best to go a little conservative on the liquid to start and just add in as you see fit. Now as for the consistency, it's going to kind of resemble like a really thick apple butter or apple sauce. You should be able to stir it, it should be spreadable, but it's going to be really thick, and that's exactly how you want it. Now as far as subbing out date paste in a baked good or in cooking, it's honestly, once you get it ground into a paste, it's pretty much 1-for-1 for sugar. Of course you want to play with it, try it in some different recipes, but for the most part it should be a 1-to-1 ratio when you're replacing it with sugar. And as you can see, the consistency, again, like a super thick apple butter or apple sauce. So this, all you're going to do now, guys, is transfer this into a dish of your choice. Let it cool down to room temperature. You're going to top it off and then throw it in the fridge. Another super handy tip here is if you know you're not going to use it quickly or you only need a little bit in recipes, you can pop these into ice cube trays, freeze it, and then use them as like single servings. Usually I think 1 ice cube tray is about the equivalent of 1 tablespoon, so that'll give you a good reference there. And that is it. In a matter of minutes, you have the healthiest way to sweeten any dish or dessert. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Definitely use it the next time you go to sweeten something. I promise you, you will love it.